second to his brother Ralph, and he also topped Alain Prost's record for most career wins. Schumacher scored his 52nd career win at the Belgian Grand Prix and took his 4th driver's title with 4 races yet to run. He had finished the championship with 123 points, 58 ahead of nearest rival Coulthard, and won a record-tying 9 times. 2002 continued to be a year of domination for Ferrari and champion pilot Schumacher, despite suffering the embarrassment of a $1 million fine from the FIA after the Austrian Grand Prix, when teammate Rubens Barrichello had slowed under team orders and allowed Schumacher to win the race. Jeered and booed by fans on the podium, Schumacher stood back to let Barrichello take the winner's cup. The Tifosi were back on Schumacher's side when he took the French Grand Prix and equalled the record of the 1950s champion Fangio. The Argentinian Juan Fangio was considered the best driver of all time, taking the driver's title 5 times between 1951 and 1957. Ferrari won 15 out of 17 races, and Schumacher won the title with 6 races remaining in the season. Schumacher broke his own record of 9 race wins in a season, shared with Nigel Mansell, by winning 11 times and finishing every race on the podium. Finished with 144 points, a record-breaking 67 points ahead of the runner-up, his teammate Rubens Barrichello. The 2003 season started with an outcry from Formula One teams, accusing the FIA of trying to dumb down Formula One. The FIA had introduced a host of rule changes, including 1 lap to qualify and no refueling between qualifying and the race. Engineers would no longer be able to remap settings using telemetry and traction control, and launch control systems would also be phased out. The reigning Formula One champ said the rule changes would not have a dramatic impact on the outcome of races. Michael said he enjoyed the benefits of high-tech assistance, but had plenty of experience of driving without them under previous regulations.
For me, I prefer the one where you have all the technical possibilities, because I don't like to take compromises in the race car. I like to make a race car as fast as possible, and all the electronics have helped that. But obviously, that's the same for everyone, and if that changes, then it's again the same for everyone. I've dealt with the other system before, so I will deal with them as they come.
Schumacher was convinced a good team would remain a good team, whatever the rules.
So I don't see that I should, or any good driver should take the advantage by a big amount. The only way I could see that, and I would agree, is in the rain condition. Because in the rain condition, I believe without traction control in particular, it will be very, very difficult, and you need a lot more feeling in order to be on the pace. At the same time, it will be quite a bit more dangerous, but that has been in the past the same, and we have to deal with that. So it's going to be a little bit more exciting.
Throughout his racing career, Schumacher has attracted the unofficial title of the Rain Master. After finishing 3rd in the 1992 Mexican Grand Prix, he went on to take his first victory at the 1992 Belgian Grand Prix in a very wet race at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. By 2003, he would call this circuit far and away his favourite track. He took his first win for Ferrari at the Spanish Grand Prix, where he lapped the entire field up to 3rd place using an uncharacteristically flamboyant oversteering style. The Ferrari driver believed that some of the younger drivers would struggle without high-tech driving aids. He added that the younger drivers with little or no experience of driving without electronic aids would probably be the first to suffer from the new rules.
It will change for some young drivers who seem to get on very easy with Formula One at the moment to a certain speed. That will change, because with the amount of power we have, with the amount of grip we have, if you imagine that we don't have all those technical possibilities, which I'm sure they save quite a lot of problems for young comers in Formula One, because they be supported with all the systems, and you can make a car very safe. Not the fastest, but safe, and they get the feeling, and you can get them into the system. So that will be a lot more difficult in my view.
Later in the year, rumours were rife that Schumacher intended quitting Formula One.
There is nothing else I would wish to do, and as long as I'm competitive, as long as I love to do what I'm doing, there is no need to think about stopping it.
34-year-old Schumacher repeatedly had to fend off questions about his future.
The main point is simply the love of the sport. Honestly, what could be better than to do what you love to do it in a team where you be friends with everybody, and just things go smoothly.
At the time, Schumacher needed just 1 point to overtake Juan Miguel Fangio's record and claim an unprecedented 6th world title. The 2003 season for the reigning champion had not got off to a good start. In fact, Schumacher ran off the track in race 1 and in the following 2 was involved in collisions. By race 4, he was starting at a 16 points drop behind Kimi Räikkönen. Pulling himself back from the abyss, Schumacher won at San Marino Grand Prix and the next 2 races and closed within 2 points of Räikkönen. By mid-season, Schumacher's further win in Canada had been eclipsed by a dominating Williams team. His brother Ralph and Juan Pablo Montoya had clocked up 2 wins apiece. By the final round of the year in Japan, with Montoya out on penalties after the US Grand Prix, only Schumacher and Räikkönen remained in contention for the title. Schumacher needed only 1 point, whilst Räikkönen needed to win. By finishing the race in 8th position, Schumacher gained the necessary point, 2 ahead of Räikkönen, and assured his place in the record books with his 6th World Drivers' title. With 4 years of unprecedented success behind them, Ferrari were heading into 2004 confident they would continue with their top achievements.
Basically, I foresee a very tough competition for this year.